You ever have one of those great ideas that you just completely forget about? In October 2021, I made 3 great desert base locations, a series I intended to continue with. Did I remember to? Absolutely not. Just under a year later, we are back with 3 great Highlands base locations, something that has been requested by a few different people. Also, this video is designed for PvE and PvE-C, where you don't have to worry about PvP raiding. So, without further ado, let's get started. Our first location is one I've built in plenty of times, the Devil's Squat in map square E9. This is a pretty spacious clearing with a few trees and rocks, though it is inhabited by a moderately sized pack of wolves. It's located fairly close to the mountain path near the Chaos Mouth, offering plenty of iron, alongside some extra iron on the path to New Azagarth. Of course, you're also incredibly close to the aforementioned city, offering access to tons of different thralls, including armourers, tanners, archers, fighters, and even priests of Ymir. The one downside of this area is the wolf spawns. You'll have to clear the entire pack out to claim the area, and there are some static spawns on the western rock. You can block these spawns by placing building pieces down on their spawn location, making this a decent spot for your animal pens, stables, or your storage huts. The Devil's Squat is overall a great area for larger builds, offering plenty of space for all your crafting and life needs in the Highlands. It's in a fairly central location, offering easy access to iron, thralls, wood, and animals that will offer both fur and hide. You're also not terribly far away from important farming locations like the Savannah and the Shattered Springs. You're also not a million miles away from both Sepa Meru and the Frozen North, making life a bit easier until you get teleporter pads. I have built here plenty of times and it's always a personal favourite of mine for the abundance of space and the fairly flat ground. The Devil's Squat would make a great home for you and your clanmates. Next up is a spot on the east side of map square G10 near the Great Dam. This is a pretty huge area with an easy path to the Frozen North, alongside easy access to the expansive waters of the reservoir that feeds the aqueduct. This spot, whilst it is slightly off the beaten path, offers some good convenience at the cost of being slightly further away from the more desirable locations. There are scattered pockets of iron around the mountains and the pathways through this area, enough to satisfy your farming needs. You're surrounded by tons of rocks and wood, along with some nearby goats and of course the river for easy access to food, and a few nearby NPC camps to fuel your thrall needs. Of course, that being said, New Azagarth isn't terribly far away either, alongside Leon's Watch and the Trapper's Cabin also offering thrall access. Perhaps one of the biggest benefits of this spot are the Children of Jill on the eastern mountains. These tough bird creatures are a great source of XP and drop some quite valuable resources like bat skin, brimstone and feathers. Of course, they also drop demon blood, which has only become more desirable since the release of the Age of Sorcery update. I've personally never built here, though I have seen some enormous builds here on PvE-C servers. There's abundant room for builds small or large, access to plenty of resources, and you could even build in the interior of the dam if you wanted to. This spot is not build restricted. With this spot you are a bit further away from New Azagarth and Sepa Meru, but the benefit of easy access to thralls, the Frozen North and Demon Blood should ease that trade-off. Regardless of if you build big or small, this area next to the dam could make a great home. Finally, the spot where I built my first base on a PvE-C server. This area is in the northeastern corner of map square F10, overlooking the river and Icespire Chasm. It's a large, albeit somewhat oddly shaped rock that can easily offer enough room to fit yourself, some clanmates and all the crafting stations you'll need. This area, whilst definitely not the most upbeat in terms of the scenery, offers access to some quite valuable resources and locations. You are a stone's throw away from the Frozen North, you're also close to New Azagarth and its northern camps, alongside Meltwater Crag, Coldfish Camp and Leon's Watch. The northern ridges of New Azagarth have some decent clusters of iron, and of course you have abundant access to trees and stone, and a decent number of nearby wildlife to eat. This location is definitely better suited for experienced exiles that intend to make regular trips to the Frozen North, the volcano and to New Azagarth. You're not terribly far from the tundra, and you'll also find the Sacrifice Interrupted event can spawn on the northern side of the Bridge of the Betrayer, offering a chance to obtain the Blood Moon Bow and Chakram from the Blood Moon Beast, alongside some valuable resources from the beast and the lesser demons, which also drop unstable unknowns, used in a convergence trap to call forth a purge on demand. I will admit it's not the most accommodating location to build in, better suited to long and tall builds as opposed to more spacious designs. However, the rock still provides ample space for all your needs, and the nearby amenities can indeed make this a great base location, especially once you unlock teleporters to make reaching those further off parts of the map much easier. This elevated rock in the northeast corner of map square F10 makes for a great option if you find yourself feeling compelled to head even further north. And there we have it, 3 great base locations for you to call your home in the Highlands. Thanks for watching. I know the Highlands was a bit of a tough spot to live in prior to update 3.0 due to the lack of an obelisk in the area, but with the new teleporter pads I think you're going to find more people making this biome their new home. It's certainly the most picturesque within the Exiled Lands. Well, when you're not being mauled by wolves and sliced up by Sumerians. If you enjoy my content, all the links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, Host Havoc affiliate page, NordVPN discount and NordPass discount are available in the description below. However, of course, you can simply just leave a like, a comment or subscribe. Any of those are very greatly appreciated. Patrons get a bunch of nice benefits, including sneak peeks of videos, your name in every video, custom made wallpapers in 1080p and 4K resolutions, full-size build blueprints, Discord roles and more. That being said, a massive thanks to all of our esteemed coffee cultists on screen now for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.